Hi, welcome to Art Draw. Today I'm going to draw Cyborg from Fortnite. It's the cool looking skin just come in. It's the Teen Titans version. I'm going to draw a bit of an action shot. So head's going to be up here. It's kind of like a running shot. One arm here, one arm going over there, and then just sort of like let it taper off. So it's mainly a mid-body shot. So let's go to this area here. What I'm going to do here is just sort of draw the top part of Cyborg's head. Kind of bit that clips around, nice or shiny bit curves around there. That kind of comes down in the middle here too, so I'm going to pop that in. Just a line down like that. And then I'm going to draw that circle that he has. Just in like that, okay? Just a cool little circle. And then I'm going to go across sort of this way. Then I'm going to join that up. So I'm going to just draw a little curved bit there and then join up to the edge around there. On the left hand side we've got Cyborg's hair, so I'm going to draw just sort of curls around here. So I'm just going to wiggle the pen around a little bit around here, go down the side here and then sort of tapers a bit down there. This then comes back up this way, sort of cuts up here, and then the hairline goes along this way like that. Now I've got that in, start drawing more of the sides of the face. So got the metallic element of this part, I'm just going to draw right down there like that. Now there's a little bit that kicks out where it's almost like where his ear would be. That's going to come out here, sort of a bit linking up there. Then I'm going to bring the pen round like that, just join that up. And then on this side I've got the ear coming around this way here, just around that way like that. Maybe you could just draw a little inner part of the ear there. And then we'll come downwards. So the chin area's got to be round about this way. So just get your pen where the ear area is there. We're just going to come downwards, sort of the cheekbone to the jaw. We're going to bring it in. Nice solid chin like that. Then I'm going to come back around. So I'm going to bring it up this way to the jawline there, and then curve it up, join up there. So I've got facial area in. What I'll do next is sort of draw the mask area and the eye part here. So I'm going to continue where we've drawn that circle. I'm just going to come down this way, then I'm going to curve across this way to the cheek area like that. Then that's going to go up to the cheek area on the right, the outer part. Let's just pop a little area for the eyebrow and where the light is. So it's going to come up, draw a line this way here, pop a line in there, pop a line next to it, kind of comes down, so you've got a little sort of diagonal part, and then this then comes in sort of around this way. Another line in here, and then what we'll do is just draw in the eye area there, where a couple of curves where we've got the red light will pop in the mo. On this side, let's just do this like the equivalent is his eyebrow, so diagonal line arching up and in there. So you've got that eyebrow going down there, eyebrow going down there. Then we've got the nose area, so a bit of a bridge of the nose as we come down this way, and then I'm gonna just do a nice little curve about that point, bring it out again for the nostrils, so one there, one here. Just gonna put a little oval here and underneath that for the eye like that, and just looking up, just a little curve there looking upwards or towards the viewer. Then we can come down here, there's just a little line above the lip there, and then I'm going to draw a nice curve where the lip is, around there. Then we'll just draw underneath there the lower lip, and then we'll just plan in a little line where the lips meet there, and we can just pop a little bit of area where the chin is there. There we go. Okay, Right, got that head area in there. And what I will do is start sort of drawing around the outer part now. So up here we've got shoulder area. So I'm gonna go right up, back up to this point here. I'm gonna grab my pen, I'm gonna draw a nice sort of curve going around that way. I guess by the ear here, it kind of comes down, curves around there. There's a little circular element in here, so I'm just gonna draw a circle there and then we'll just cap it either side of that, like that. And then coming this way from the ear, I'm going to draw a nice sort of curved line coming downwards like that. And then we've got the shoulder area here, so I'm going to sort of come out from this point here. Nice curved line there, and then on the other side we'll continue that line. Curves around like that. Now this kind of comes in a bit here. It's a nice straight line which pops up there, and then we just join this up with a nice little curve there. Again, he's got some circular elements on, so there's one. I'm gonna draw a big circle here and then just draw an inner. And up around this way, I'm gonna draw a circle there and then another inner there. And I think I could draw like the element of it just popping up around that way there. Okay, so now I've got those two shoulder pads in, just have a look at the torso. So coming down this way here, I'm gonna draw a line here, it's like the underarm area, sort of coming down there. I'm gonna draw here, we've got this a line going into the arm there to the underarm. So got that we can pop in there, and then we can curve that up there. Just maybe pipe it to draw another little line in. And on this side, draw a little curve up to there, and a curve over that way. Now, these shoulder parts are denoted, these kind of come down one point there and up. And right here, we've drawn up to here, it kind of comes out sort of this way and up to the back and kind of just clips that back area there. Okay, now I've got those bits in. I'll just draw that the neck area, so I'm going to draw a nice little curve around there, and then it's sort of like blocked in with this armour. So I've got an element coming out here. There's also like an element coming out this way. Then it kind of, two diagonal lines, join it up like that. And then there's a little bit of an extra kind of curves around sort of either side here. And then two little points either side and join up. And there's a couple of little, just pop a couple of little dinks of lines in. We've also got a couple of little curves, little areas like that for detail. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, let's draw the sort of chest area in here, the upper torso. So going out from this corner point here, just bring my pen around here. And in the inner part here, kind of got a bicep that goes around here first, so that just comes down there. And then I've got a curve that comes around down to about that point. This then continues, kind of dinks down a little bit, comes around this way here, actually dinks up there and around. Like a little line in the middle of that. And then what I'm going to do is just take this bit here, just draw into that part there. And up here I'm going to draw sort of down into this point here. It's got these belt areas on, so this kind of pops out just out of that side, like pops out there, just join that up there, and coming along here and up and around like that. Now the inner part kind of tapers into the center here, so what we can do from about here, it kind of just tapers into this point, draw a little line in like that, and then from here sort of just tapers down there and in like that. Okay. The lower part of the belt sort of comes down to the center point, sort of down here, And then it will curve up a bit because his leg's in the way, so just curve up like that, join up your point there. This part of the leg just sort of comes around like this. Just let it taper off a bit. The front sort of continues down here, and there's like a hint of a knee pad here, so I guess the pad sort of starts up here, sort of dinks out like that. Maybe we see a bit of a slight circular element around the edge there. It comes out and down this way. Just sort of nice little hints of what's going on now, sort of a couple of little bits in there, just a few little lines. And then this leg here just comes down, going this way, just sort of taper it down like that, so it kind of just disappears there. Okay, let's have a look at this arm here. So we've drawn the shoulder pad. I'm gonna go just draw a little bicep area, kind of comes in like that. The back will come up this way, and we'll just join the two up like that. And now we've got that, I'm gonna come out a bit further, draw the forearm area, so come out this way, down in there, and I'm going to come out here and just draw up like that, just join that up there. There's a little bit of an arrow area as we go into the hand, so I'm going to just come out a bit, link it across and up like that. I think there's another like circular little point on it, so I'm just going to give a little hint of that up there. And then he's got a clenched fist, so you just see like the palm of the hand here, thumb there, and then the hand kind of just comes around this way and inwards there, and just give a hint of the fingers, maybe just a couple of little curves there where it gets a bit robotic. And then over here the arm comes out this way, the forearm's here and the hand element here, so I'm gonna got this bicep area here, I'm gonna put the tricep area around here, so I'm gonna come down there. Then what I'm gonna do is just draw a nice curve around that, and then have a circular point there. I think there's actually one there. Then this sort of comes into this central point here, and about here there's another sort of circular point, and then this is sort of capped off, so around this point we just draw a nice oblong around here. And then we can just draw what we can see of the hand area. So it kind of comes up here, down from the outer here, around, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and a bit of the thumb there. And on the knuckle areas, we can just put some little rectangles in, and then just sort of join that off, cap that along there. I think that's all we need to do there. Okay, so we've got that basic outline. Let's have a look at just adding a little bit more detail. So I just noticed up here, there's probably another little circular element, and there's definitely one going on, I think, around here. Then, just keeping at the top here, sort of clips around this area here, comes up there, and just joins up around this area here. As we go sort of into this area, there's a little bit more detail around the bicep. So I'm going to draw around that, down and in, and then we'll just cap that off like that. Another little line in there. And then it's mainly, I think, a little bit going on sort of on here. Just do a couple of little arrow-headed bits there. It's got a blue circular element here, so I'm going to draw a nice circle on the chest plate there. That then has another one inside it. And then there's a little bit that pops out there and another little black circle in there. Just enhance those a little bit there. As we come down here, maybe just a little hint of some little pec areas. I'm not going to do too much. And then this area here kind of has a little bit of a hint of sort of tech wear on the abs, so I'm just gonna pop a few little lines in there. There's a couple of rectangles here which will colour in the mo, then we just pop a little bit here. It's also maybe a couple of little sort of blue curves, like rectangular elements here, and then maybe one that sort of comes across like that. Our character there. Now what I'll do is just grab the chunkier pen, and I'm just going to go around the edge first of all, just sort of enhance that edge area, make our character pop. Nice and easy. We're just going to go around these points. Okay, see it's already enhancing the look of our picture. We'll just pop a bit of ink into the hair, sort of the darker hair colour, around like that, just bring the pen around. Then we've got a little bit of inking to do, so I think I'm just gonna clip in a bit of ink there. There's definitely a bit going on here. Around there. This little area in here, sort of fill that bit there. Just nice to put a bit of the ink in, sort of balances that picture. Now there's definitely a bit on the bicep here as well. Then maybe what I'll do is, just by the leg here, I might just sort of fill in around this area here. Like that, maybe just at the top. Just ink. Just in these areas. Like that. Okay, it's looking pretty good. What I might do next is just put in, I've got some little lighter blue areas, so let's just go and get the pen there and just in these circular bits, just pop in a little sort of zingy amount of blue. Same in down here as well. And then he's got little bits that go across, like little tech little bits. And what I'm going to do is just plan in along there, just fill these bits in for now. And we'll come back with a stronger blue in a moment. Yeah, definitely along here. And then what I'll do, grab myself a slightly more vibrant sort of cyan-y blue. And what I can do is, first of all, just start filling these bits in. There's a little bit of a little light bouncing off there, so I'm just going to do a little circle, and then just going to sort of chip away and just sort of give a hint of little bits of tech going on. Again, there's a little circular element probably around there. I'll just leave a little chip of sort of light. Same goes sort of on the edge, sort of around there. The rest of that I can fill in. And then we've got sort of nice little bits of tech sort of around it. So just draw some little lines in, just around where we've done that. You see, like it just adds a little bit to our picture. So come in here, there's a little bit of tech around there. Gonna leave a little bit of light. And then the rest of that I can probably just fill in there. Shoulder area here, again, we've got some nice sort of lines going on around here, so that's quite cool along there. I'm going to leave a little chip of light there, and there's probably a little circular element there, and the rest of it I'll just go ahead and fill that in. A little bit more probably on here. This probably needs to be the more stronger blue. Come down here, yep, similar sort of thing, so just sort of draw some little lines in. There we go. And then there's some nice, actually these bits may be a bit more vibrant around here. And here, nice and vibrant, probably a little of that bit there, and just sort of get a bit looser at the base of it there. Right, let's get myself maybe a lighter grey, and what I'll do is just hit the edges around here with a lighter grey going around these edges as we go into these bits. These parts away. They're quite bit darker on the torso. Just hit those in. Same as around sort of these areas. Maybe a bit around here too. And then when it comes to that metallic area of the mask, just gonna plan it in over that side there. I'll actually go in here and just zing that central part there. Okay, then we've got some grey going around here, around the circular areas, just a nice little sort of smattering of the grey that goes around, probably at the top on this point here, just a hint of that there. Then just going to go around with a darker grey, and I'm just going to hit just some of those more darker edges as well, just give it a nice bit of balance around our picture. So under here, that could be a nice darker grey in these points here. A bit more on the torso maybe. Hit that sort of knee area as well, just around there. Let's go back to that lighter grey a sec. Just sort of plan in a bit around here. Again, it can be nice and loose as we sort of go down to this point here. It's quite nice. And just, what I think I might do is just grab the darker one. We can just pop that in there. Nice, okay. Then what I think, get myself a bit of skin tone colour. What I can do is just sort of pop this in. Just leave a bit of light on the edge of the face around there. And just on these points here, a bit there, and actually that bit there. The rest of it, hands and things are covered. Maybe just a bit of grey. Pop down that way. It's almost like a little sort of central point. Just a little, yeah. The grey can just make it like a nice little sort of flavour of making it a little bit more motion going on, a bit more kind of exciting maybe, just around those edges, make him look like he's in action. And then we just got that little red light sort of zinging. I'm just gonna pop it around these bits as the light refracts, and then he's got that real zingy red eye going on. Just blast that around the eye area, and then there's a little hit that red just down here. It's quite nice just to have a little extra sort of zing of it around there. And there we go. That is Cyborg from DC, featuring Fortnite at the moment. It's a pretty cool skin, part of the Teen Titans set. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know who to draw next, and I'll see you again soon. All right, bye for now.